we have the next presenter in sequence. I think we have all the stalwarts at the start of the presentation. That's good because that will really motivate all the other presenters who are coming after us. So our next presenter is Mr. Benhur Rao. Of course, I'm one of the many who has been fortunate to be mentored by Mr. Benhur. He's been a guide to us, Mr. Pinero, Mr. De Silva, and next in line, Mr. Benhur has been one of the father figures. And they say when you join a pharma industry, your first boss that you work with is the most important person. He will determine how long you will continue in this industry. And I think I was fortunate that hand holding for most of us was done by Mr. Benhur Rao. Of course, he moved out of Serbia in the year 2017, where he was holding the head of training position, and has started his own business venture called Acadelo. To know more about Acadelo and what it can offer everyone, I invite Mr. Benhur Rao to make his presentation.
Thank you, Derek, and good morning, ex-Serbians.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Really glad to be here this morning in front of you. Feels like old times. Okay, as you know, as Derek mentioned, I left Serbia in 2017, and as Mr. De Silva told earlier, that was at the age of 56. So I could have hung on for a few more years in Serbia, but I decided to leave and start my own venture. So that's the risk I took, but then I think it has been very rewarding. So I'll tell you why. So Acadelo is a coaching, training, and consulting company. So we do coaching for CEOs, executives, senior managers. And since I'm also an NLP master practitioner, I use a lot of NLP techniques in my coaching sessions. For training, we do training across all industries, pharma, IT, engineering, oil and natural gas. You name the industry and we are there. So the training is mostly on personal development trainings, all kinds of leadership, motivation, communication, and so on. And for consulting, we have a tie-up with a number of companies in Mumbai and Bangalore, where we do a lot of consulting work across all industries. So next slide, please.
1 second.
Can you go to the next?
Yeah.
So I will just talk to you about one of our programs called as a process communication model. It's our signature program. It's the world's premier tool based on human behavior. It's an effective communication model for increased productivity. And basically what it does is it analyzes each individual's personality type. This model says that each of us belong to one of the 6 personality types. And once you know the personality type of the person, you can communicate more effectively with that person. It provides practical tools for sales, stress management, and conflict resolution. Next slide, please. So on this slide, you'll see on the top left corner, there is a photograph of an astronaut. So why an astronaut is on this picture? This program, the process communication model, was first developed for NASA for the recruitment, training, and management of their astronauts. And that proved to be very successful. Then after that, many Fortune 500 companies took up this model. And today it is being used across the world in companies like HP, IBM, Coca-Cola, Bayer, even Serbia is using it, Audi, and so on. So why the program is so effective? It's based on an award-winning medical discovery. So it's not theory, it's science. And it's easy to use. So it has tools which can be used by everyone, and is result-oriented. So it provides a way how a person can adapt their communication, better personal connections, more effective leadership, and in turn leading to better organizational effectiveness. So, so in India, we have a number of companies who have their headquarters in Europe or in America. So whenever they need a PCM program, they call me up, and I do the program for them in India and across Asian countries. Next slide. So I'm looking for companies who are interested in sales development programs, mindset and change management, and leadership development. So these are some pictures from the past. You can see on the left side is a Serbia picture for institution team. We did a training for them, an outdoor training. On the right side, you see a training done in Thailand. So that's all about me and my company in brief. So thank you for your time and for patiently listening. If you have any questions, we can take them after the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Benhur Rao. Of course, knowing how we have all benefited from the trainings of Mr. Benhur towards the latter time of Serdia that we spent, I'm sure companies that will be able to use him will definitely go a long way in terms of benefiting from his